Hey, it's Free, and welcome to this week's video blog episode of The Soul Growth. First and foremost, I want to thank you for tuning in. I know I have not been consistent with making videos because I was struggling with a few things, trying to get topics and things like that, but you know what? I have a plan. I have a new meetup, so if you live in the Atlanta area, you definitely want to come and check it out. But I want my videos to coincide with the meetups. In case you can't make it to the meetup, then you can hear everything that I'm talking about or I plan on discussing during the meetup in a video that will be released after I actually have the meetup. So this week's topic is the power of energy and how you can use it to heal. So let's get straight to it. Energy. Everything is energy. We are energy. We may seem like we're a physical form of something because when you think of energy, you think of something through the airwaves, and it's not really like a physical manifestation, but we are at a vibration that is so low that we can actually be physical. So that being said, you know that there are the waves that are energy, or something that's not exactly tangible and physical that you can actually see that's energy, and it's your thoughts. That's a perfect example. And I was doing some research and I stumbled across something called Mind Play, MYNDPLAY, all one word. It's a company that actually has found a way to use your brainwaves. And they put a cap on your head. It's called an EEG. It reads your brainwave frequencies, and then it sends, it lets the computer know what it is that you're thinking, what it is that you're trying to do. So if you had an avatar of you and you were smiling, well, that sends a certain frequency, so then your avatar is going to smile as well. And they actually have this really cool concept where you can use it to play video games and control gadgets, as well as actually control movies. I would really like you to check out the video that I posted below. It's going to be called Mind Play 47 Ronin. So it's based off of the movie 47 Ronin, but I don't want to give it away. So I actually want you to check it out so you can see how the person has to use their mind in order to allow or control for something to happen in the movie, which was just a really great concept. But based off of that information, if you really think about it, the whole idea of understanding brainwaves, because computers can't we haven't quite yet figured out all the different brainwaves and different frequencies and how everything functions. So we're still very limited based off of, okay, well, maybe we had 5 people we experimented with 5 people, and when they smiled, this was the frequency that was given off, so then we base it off of that. Well, you can't, we are so dynamic as individuals. It's hard to really say, okay, well, if this person does this, they must be sad, they must be angry. I mean, those are the basic ones, but then what if you have mixed emotions, like you're happy and you're sad at the same time? It's kind of hard for that. So we are just touching the tip of the iceberg. But something I really, really thought of as being very tangible is that you are a pro at it. You were born a pro at it. If you have the thought, raise my hand, boom, look, just like that. Okay, I gave a command, but normally we don't give a command. Just like I just moved my hand across my face, didn't think about it, didn't say anything like, move your hand across the face. I didn't take a joystick and control it. There is a very elaborate network system in our bodies that goes from our brain down our spine, where all of our nerves are, nerve endings and everything like that. It went down from my nerve into my arms, voila. And it all happens in the blink of an eye. Not even a blink of an eye. Like I could just, boom. Like it controls our heartbeat. It controls our breathing. We take it for granted. We don't realize and really understand how complex our bodies really are and how super intelligent they really are. We just naturally control our bodies and don't even think about the fact that I sent a thought, which was energy. That energy went down my spine and into my arm and made me move. All I thought of was I want to move, and it moved. It's that simple, and it's so simple that we actually take it for granted. But in knowing that that is energy, I feel like you have a better understanding that your thoughts are very powerful energy. It moves very fast too. It's not the type of energy just like really slow, like a really large low frequency sine wave, like that's super fast. It's like instantaneous response within your body. So, and then I got a little bit into talking about the Masaru Emoto water experiment. Now, I don't know if you've heard of it, and I'll post an image right there where you can actually see the Masaru Emoto. He's a Japanese individual that utilized his experiment was he took water, and say he took the water and he said something to the water like, I want to kill you. You're a horrible fool. You're awful. And then he took this water over here and then he says, I love you. You are so beautiful and amazing. And may God have grace on you, peace and blessings. And then he froze the water after he put that energy, those thoughts and those words into that water. And then he looked at the water under a microscope. And so the water that he said those nasty things to, like, you're going to die, I want to kill you, you're horrible. Well, the way the crystals formed and the way the water froze was just it's almost as if taking paint and just throwing it on the canvas. It doesn't have any real formation and it doesn't have any beauty. It's just messy, sloppy, icky. But then if you look at the frequencies where he said positive things like, I love you and you're beautiful and I have hope and you are amazing. Well, you take that energy and you look at it under the microscope and it's these beautiful crystalline formations, very intricate. It's like the difference between, I don't know, a 5-year-old painting with finger paints and a Picasso. It's just amazing how he found a way to show us in a very tangible way that your words and that energy actually has the power to shift and change something in an amazing way. So I'll actually post a little more information on it, but I found that to be a very powerful concept. And so if you go a little bit deeper, guess what? Our bodies are made 70% out of water. So what does that mean? The things that we're saying, the things that we're doing on a day-to-day basis are impacted by the things that we think and the things that we say, because we're water. So we're programming our own bodies with the things that we say. So why not try to use that concept and try to be a little more positive? Another very tangible way that I felt was very helpful, and people always chalk it up as coincidence. There are no coincidences as far as I'm concerned. That's my belief system. I'm not asking you to adopt it. But have you ever thought about somebody and said, man, I wonder how they're doing? And maybe you were thinking about, man, I remember that one time when we went to this club or we went to this party or we were at the school and we did this and it was just awesome. And the next thing you know, they're calling you, they're texting you, or they're emailing you. They just reached out to you. That's another very tangible way to know that your thoughts have power. You have a connection between all people that you actually interact with. And that's not something I want to go too deep into today, but I do want to explain that you're sending energy through that connection, saying boom, and they ping and they feel, oh, I haven't talked to Free in a while. I wonder how she's doing. And then so they pick up the phone and call, or you pick up the phone and call because they were thinking of you. That happens all the time. And the more you pay attention to it, the more you'll start to understand, the more you'll be aware, and possibly, hopefully, a little more careful with your thoughts and your words. I mean, obviously you can't help it if somebody comes across your mind and you're thinking of them, but just imagine this. Say you see somebody that you don't like and you're saying something like, that person is horrible, they're evil, they lie, they cheat, they steal, they're just evil, I hate them, I want them to die. That's really extreme. But if you say you take that energy and it's just like taking bullets and shooting it at them, and it's shooting all that negative energy to them. And remember, they're 70% water as well. What do you think that's doing to them? Especially if you have multiple people. If it's a group of you saying, oh my God, I wish that person would die. That's exactly why I feel like prayer works in numbers, because you're putting that energy out there. You're focusing your attention. Even if you're not saying a name, you are thinking about a particular person. If you're saying, oh, that person is just awful, or that person is beautiful. I mean, it goes both ways. It absolutely goes both ways. But just know that your energy is going to them, even if you're not realizing it. You are a master of energy and you just don't even realize it yet. Ideally, we want to learn how to control our energy a little bit more so that it's not just free for all, doing whatever it wants. Well, we're not even realizing what we're creating. Have you ever heard stories about people saying, I wish you would die? And then the next thing you know, the person goes out and suddenly they die. And then there's that remorse. Like when you have a lot of emotion behind something, it's amazing how it actually has more power. And so we have to be really careful about the things we say. And that's really what I wanted to say. You can use your words to heal or you can use your words to kill. You can use your words for good. You can use your words for bad. It's really up to you. And at first, I know it is really challenging to make sure that you are trying to always be positive. But the more you try it, it's just like a habit. You create a new habit. You create a habit of positivity where you're saying, you know what? I'm going to focus on the solution and not the problem. I'm going to say something good about that person and not bad. I'm going to try to get out of the habit of judging, and I'm going to be more in the habit of accepting. And it's a challenge, but once you get into that pattern, life becomes so much more beautiful in general. You appreciate things for their value that they may have or that you can learn to have with them. I feel like it's a life-changing type of situation. So I really would like to go ahead and wrap this up because I've already exceeded the 10 minutes that I truly desire to keep it under. However, I leave you with this. Be very cognizant of your words. Be very aware of the things that you're saying about yourself and what you're saying about other people, because you are sending energy. Every thought and every word is sending energy. And if you do something for an extended period of time, whether they say 30 days, I've heard 21 days and I've heard 30, but if you do something for a period of time, it starts to become habit. So why not create good habits? Why not bring positive love and great things into people around you rather than same old status quo negative mess that we are very programmed and have created the habit of doing. I thank you so much for tuning in. I will absolutely work on the next video, and in a couple of weeks I'm going to try to roll them out every 3 weeks. Thank you for tuning in. Let's grow together. Let's be happy and positive. Love and light. Peace and blessings.